Hey guys, OGalbina here, bringing you guys our BBR Season 6 Week 5 battle against Jay Ricky and his Hero Horde. The Heracross after, I don't know, it's got a Heracross on it. Jay Ricky is an awesome guy. He's one of our D-League co-ops. He absolutely kills it, makes incredible content. He had a great D-League season alone last season, but like the quality of this guy's content is out of this world. I have no idea how he doesn't have more subs than he already does. So please do me just a big favor. Go check him out in the description below. And if you guys enjoy our side of the battle today, be sure to drop a like on the video as well as subscribe to the channel. On our way to 3,000 subs, and I'd really appreciate it if you help me along that journey. And I'm really going to need this week, guys. This is a really tough matchup, so I'm going to need your guys' energy, because man, oh man, are we in for a doozy here against Jay Ricky. With that being said, let's go ahead and start off with the team builder. I do like to do these before the battle, just to show you what we're bringing and why we're bringing it, so you have that background knowledge and context going into the battle. If you want to skip ahead to the battle, timestamp on the screen and in the description below. Yeah, with that being said, let's do it. Our team, if you did forget, is at the top of the screen, and it consists of Jianpao, Terra Ground, and Fairy and Amorous, Glamora, Corviknight, Slitherwing, Alomola, Mudsdale, Goodra, Rotom Cut, or Mo, and Typhlosion Hisui, while our opponent's team is at the bottom of the screen, and it consists of Iron Valiant, Heatran, Hydreigon, Dondozo, Clodsire, Rillaboom, Lucario, Terra Fire, and Fairy Espathra, Colossal, Houndstone that cannot use Last Respects, and Braviary. And man, I'm going to sound like John Jr. for a minute real quick. I'm not going to go as bad as him and say 99-1, but this is about an 80-20, 85-15 matchup to me. I might even complain about it more depending on how I'm feeling when the battle starts. This matchup felt impossible. Big thanks to everybody who helped me mock for this week. I had so many people help me out, whether it be Kirby, Dell, Bick in the front office, a ton of people in the front office. Joey helped me out with this team. Aim will help me out a ton with this team. I don't know if I already said his name or not. I had so many people help me out with this, and every single person, we all kind of came to the same conclusion. Even Amel, the Heat God, he said, and I quote from Amel, the guy who always thinks of something for something, he said, "You just gotta outplay, man. I can't think of anything." And I knew that's when I was in for a tough time. This is a really rough matchup. We can kind of go through it really quick. Pokemon like Heatran, I don't switch into very well at all. My team really doesn't appreciate Magma Storm Heatran. It really whittles down my checks. I don't have the defensive matchup to pass wishes around throughout this game either. And it can be really obnoxious, and especially like Taunt Magma Storm just shuts down my Wish Passer to keep the Goodra healthy anyways. That would be my like normal switch into, Heatran. So that's tough. Iron Valiant is something I don't switch into over the course of the game. A special Valiant with just stabs, Thunderbolt. It's everything on my team, whether it be a speed boosting booster energy set, or even just a come in and break your team Expert Belt, Life Orb, or Spec set. It can get out of hand unbelievably fast. I do not deal with Iron Valiant well. Hydreigon is a Pokemon I also don't deal with well. My Dragon Check is something like Corviknight, which can get absolutely beat down by Nasty Plot sets, especially because we're kind of forced to check things like Valiant this week. But my Dragon immunity is a an Amorous, and my Dark Pulse immunity or resist is going to be something like Slitherwing. So that thing's tough. Lucario absolutely massacres me after a Swords Dance with Chip on my team, and then the Espathra. Oh my gosh, that thing is ridiculous against me. I think fat call mindsets are really good against my team. They really bully my fat, and I don't have many ways of deterring it from setting up and winning. Opposed to my matchups last season against Joey, where I actually felt like I had decent Espathra counterplay, and I can come up with some, interesting things. I don't really have that this season with my matchup and the Terra typings that he has on his team. It just doesn't seem possible. And then he has the fat Dozo Clodsire, the big bumbling idiot defensive core, unaware dummies. Whatever you want to call them, they're very good against my team. Something like Clodsire is as good of an Enamorous check as you're going to get, and something like Dozo is as good as a Jianpao check as you're going to get. It honestly feels like this team was constructed to beat mine, so I think we have a really cool team. We're going hyper offense, balls to walls this week, and I do think I have a team that could win. But I have to get every single play, pivot, turn right to a T. I have to manage my assets perfectly. In mocks, I would mess up one turn and it would instantly lose me the game. Otherwise, though, I was getting things right and figuring things out, and I have a really cool team this week, regardless of win or loss. I'm really happy with this build. First up, we can start off with our Enamorous. We are Life Orb this week with Moonblast, Earth Power, Healing Wish, and Taunt, 40 HP, 24 defense, 252 special attack, and 192 speed with a timid nature. I believe we're outspeeding Hydreigon here with a Life Orb number and HP, max special attack left over in defense. This thing, pretty good breaker. If we can break through things like Heatran, get either determine if it's Scarf, because Scarf can definitely come versus us, or pop balloons on it, or Clodsire, pop Shukas on Clodsire, we could be in a good spot. With Terra Ground, honestly, we don't really lose to Club 1v1, but it does slow us down, which can be pretty obnoxious. But this Pokemon is an incredible breaker this game. We can position it in with hazards up. It's very difficult for our opponent to pivot into Earth Power plus Moonblast. Healing Wish is going to be a very clutch aspect to either heal something like our Chien-Pao back up to full, which is not going to be a Boots variant this week, or one of our 2 Sashmons if they like get chipped a little bit early in the game, and we keep hazards away like we're supposed to. If we can get them back up to their Sash, that's obviously great as well. So I like the Healing Wish option, and there really wasn't any other coverage that I wanted on this set other than what we have right here. Next up is Glamora, our first of 2 Focus Sashmons. This is going to be our lead in this game. We're Sludge Bomb, Earth Power, Spikes, and Mortal Spin. Really interesting matchup here. I really wanted Rocks, but I felt like Mortal Spin was needed because I need to keep away hazards on my side of the field. As I mentioned, I have another Sashmon on the back, and it is pretty paramount that I keep the Sash on that Pokemon for things to go the way I want them to go. Offensively, Sludge Bomb plus Earth Power actually does really well in this matchup. If something like Claw wants to come in and let me get up Spikes or let me pop at Shuka, that's great for my Enamorus. Something like Heatran isn't going to appreciate the Earth Power, and then same thing with Lucario. Sludge Bomb hits everything else. I did get kind of cooked by an Air Balloon Lucario in a mock, so we have to be very careful about Lucario if it is going to be an Air Balloon variant. But other than that, I think this set's pretty good. It leads, it gets up a Spike at least, and that's really a paramount and important thing for me in this game, is to have that Spike up and to keep hazards away on lead. I think I can offensively pressure enough to where hazards will likely not go up on my side if I prevent them immediately or initially. Then we have our Corviknight. Running with no Roots Corviknight, we're 240 HP, 28 defense, and 232 special attack with a calm nature, careful nature, whatever the mighty special attack one is. Iron Head, Body Pressure, Brave Bird, and U-Turn. It's tough, but this matchup is so offensive that I mocks, especially with red card on the Corviknight, there was never really an opportunity where it felt like I could get a boost off. So I felt much more comfortable getting this thing in and U-turning around, forcing things out with the red card. The red card is for something like Iron Valiant. If it wants to come in, boost your speed. If I can force it into a Moonblast turn, even a Thunderbolt, I'll live. I'll be able to force it out immediately. I have to make sure that I live a hit from the Valiant still in order for the red card to work, but it's supposed to get it out so that it can't boost her up and, win the game like that. Or the Espathra. If the Espathra is going to, Lumina Crash into, let's say, I don't know. Let's say it's going to Terrafire Lumina Crash into my Slitherwing or something like that. I can always live hit with my Corviknight, force it out, especially if it's starting to get set up potentially. If I can force it into a Lumina Crash, I'm hopefully going to be in a good scenario. So here's to hoping that Corviknight can function as an okay pivot in this game. It's not meant to be here for a long time. It's meant to be here for a good time, force something out and put myself in a good offensive position with whatever, comes in next. Hopefully I can grab a U-turn and, put myself in a good spot. Then we have Choice Band, Chien-Pao, rocking out with Crunch, Ice Crest, Ice Shard, and Sucker Punch. We got 16 HP, max attack, 4 defense, and 236 speed with an adamant nature. This thing is very strong in this game. I know I don't have Sacred Sword for Lucario, but it's very risky. However, we do 2-hit KO Lucario. We do put it in range of Ice Shard pretty darn quickly, which is obviously really nice. It is going to be something that we are very wary of. We have to be careful about throwing around Crunches willy-nilly if that Lucario is in the back or we think it might pivot in. But especially initially, I don't think that is going to be the case because if I am not Choice and I am Sacred Sword, if I am, Boots and I stay in range, if I'm even like a Babiri Barrier or something like that, I will be able to eat up a hit from Lucario and revenge it. So with how good Lucario is in this game, I don't know if he's necessarily going to try and set up on a Chien-Pao until maybe he's absolutely confirmed that we are banded. But we'll also live an E-Speed from full too, so if it comes in hard on us, we can probably just, crash in a crash. We'll live a Bullet Punch from full too, which is obviously very nice. This Pokemon with Spikes up is going to be incredibly strong. The dual priority I felt was most important to be able to revenge things on the opposing side, especially like a Terrafire Espathra. I wanted the Sucker Punch for that thing, but I also wanted an Ice Shard for Valiant, for Hydreigon, for even like a random Scarf Rillaboom or Scarf Hydreigon. I felt like that was very important for our team. Then we have our Slitherwing. Very interesting set this week. We're rocking with First Impression, Earthquake, Acrobatics, and U-Turn. We are Focus Sash on the set, max attack, max speed. That's it. On top of that, we have 0 HP IVs, 0 defense IVs, and 0 Speed F IVs. Why am I making myself more frail? I need to go down to Sash. It is paramount I go down to Sash. I had a mock where I lost because Iron Valiant clicked Spirit Break, and I did not go down to my Focus Sash. And because of that, my Acrobatics did not kill it. So I need to get down to Acro against Valiant, and the only way I can pretty much always guarantee that is by making sure that I minus defenses everywhere, all around. If you look at this Pokemon, and you look at his team, it massacres him very well offensively. Outside of the Dozo, which I feel like I will be able to pressure with my Champ out, and it's also something I need to be careful about not attacking into and you turning out on willy-nilly so that I get, my Focus Sash popped by a, Rocky Helmet. But if you look at First Impression, Earthquake, Acro, and U-turn, it hits things very, very hard. Outside of maybe a defensive Houndstone and the Dozo, I don't think Houndstone ever comes here. And I don't think Braviary ever comes here. They don't really function and serve a purpose, and I kind of had to make some judgment calls for our coverage moves and things like that. But man, oh man, do I think this thing is really good. Acro is going to allow me to blow up that Iron Valiant. Earthquake is very strong into things like Heatran, Clodsire, Lucario, but it also hits that Terrifier, Espathra that might come. Acro's going to hit the thing hard as well. I really do expect Terrifier. Terrifier can definitely come, but I'm really expecting Terrifier. I think it's much, much better into my team, so that Earthquake should be able to blow that thing up as well, or at least do a lot of damage as long as they don't let it set up Calm Minds for free, which is, obviously the goal here. And then lastly, we have our Goodra rocking out with an eject pack this week. Our Draco Meteor, Surf, Sludge Bomb, and Dragon Tail. 112 HP, 164 special attack, and 232 speed with Intimidator. We're a pretty offensive Goodra, but we can still live hits from any non-specs Hydreigon. We can live some special Valiant variants and things like that as well. But this thing is here to come in, click Draco. It's here to threaten things like Dondozo, which my team really struggles with at the moment. We can throw off Draco Meteors into its unaware ability, do a lot of damage, but it's also here to grab momentum. If I can get this thing in early, like I expect myself to be able to, I can Draco on that switch into Clodsire, get out with my Jetpack, get the Chimp out, and throw off a big, big crunch. And that is going to be the main goal, is to get that kind of offensive sequencing, because if I have that spike up, things like Dondozo are very close to getting 2-hit KO'd, and sometimes do potentially get 2-hit KO'd depending on the spread by a Choice Band Crunch after a spike. And I know that the Clodsire will die after a spike to a Choice Band Crunch from the Chimpao, so hopefully I can position that well. This thing is still very good offensively, and again, pivots into some things defensively. It pivots into Heatran as well. I'll be able to surf and do some damage, but again, if I expect the Clodsire to come in, I can always just Draco out of there and, get out and, put myself in a good spot from there. Also check things like Rillaboom as well, which is really cool. So, yeah, with that being said, that's the team. Let's jump right into the battle. Alrighty, guys, here we are with the battle. We are connected with Mr. J. Ricky. Let's see what he brought. Oh, ho, ho, all the scary stuff. There's no Hydra, which is really good for me. Espathra, and he brought Dondozo, who, is a very good POW check, but Dondozo sucks. Let's see, Iron Valiant. Okay, I was, super blank. I'm very tired. If you can't tell, I just woke up. And, Snowy, my dog, decided that my room was too hot, so she would only sleep out in the front room. And I tried until about 3 in the morning to sleep in my room, because my bed is more comfortable than the couch. But she didn't like that. Lucario. Heatran. Okay. We once again lead Glamora. If he leads with Air Balloon Lucario, I'm going to have a bad time. Unfortunately, there's just nothing I can do about it. Let's do it. Yep. See how it ends up going. A lot of it seems weak to ground, so that's good. Tear Guardina clicks a button. Especially with spikes up. I can just kind of kill something with Earth Power every time I come in. Especially because Claw doesn't really do anything back to me. It's a bit of a passive switch. Claw being chipped is good. It also means, no hazards will potentially go up on my side, which is good when you have double sash. Kind of do need to prevent that, but I've typically been able to play in a way in mocks where even if I'm losing, hazards aren't going on my side. Which is really big. So, yeah, good luck, have fun to J. Ricky. Let's see what we could do. I'm not expecting much. I usually don't yell and whine about matchups. Man, oh man. Firestorm is going to lead. Is it going to be Air Balloon? It is. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm still gonna spike. It is Air Balloon Heatran. He might not want to have his Air Balloon pop by this, though. And he might switch because... Oh, no. I was gonna say because my Enamorous wins. But he decided no. I'm gonna hit up another spike. spiky. Okay, what I think I need to do actually now is I think I actually need to go out into Gudra and Draco. I can't now. I can't. I was dumb. I probably should have gone Gudra there. Yeah, this is already going horrible. And get up my third spike. Yeah, this is already going horrible. Lost one of my sashes pretty immediately. I lost both my sashes immediately, actually. So I think this game's over. I already lose. I already misplayed. Good stuff. He has to super throw for me to not lose. Fuck, man. Yeah, this is a wrap. Rocks up means I lose. I don't know why I didn't make that play. I don't know why I didn't go Gudra and Draco. I needed to find the opportunity. I don't know, because then, like, when I Draco out here, I have to go into something and take rocks. This is tough. I think I lose. And genuinely. That's fine. That's cool, dude. You missed two. I mean, I'll click surf, whatever. I'm gonna stay in, just let me do this. Doesn't make any sense, but take it. Miss? Miss? Any missers? I guess he doesn't really switch into Gudra well. This doesn't really switch into Gudra well. Let's go play Surf again. I kind of want a Draco and get out in case he saves this, but he also could just, like, not save this. And not having the Sash makes me think I just lose, by the way. That's really bad. Yeah. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. I'm trying to envision in my head how I win this fucking matchup. But without the Sash, I don't have any insurance policy versus things like Espathra and Iron Valiant. This is so annoying. I don't have any insurance policy versus these Pokemon. My Gudra is dead. So I basically just traded 2 for 1 for 3 spikes, and that's just not worth it. When you're playing high brawl, I can't win the SAT game like this, you know? Whatever comes out here, I just have to sack this, too. I'm really hoping it's Claude. So I get a Draco off. And then I can get into something like Slitherwing and at least, like, click a strong EQ. Right? If Lucario comes out, I have to Dragon Tail. If Espathra comes out, I think I Draco. This shithead comes out. It is not Booster Energy. Good to know. I would love for you to attack me into my Gooey, but I can't switch into this. I need to keep my eject thing for... Or my red card for Espathra, I think. It's just not going to go well otherwise. Now I do have to go Corvi and click U-turn. And hope he doesn't attack me, actually. I mean, he shouldn't. It's a really bad play. I think he might be a choice variant based on how he brought that in, and we didn't see any kind of, what do you call it? Yeah, this is a wrap. Again, I'm trying to think of how I win this fucking game, but I just don't see it, you know? I think staying in is a really bad play, because you don't Oko me with anything. I'm at full, bro. That's like the crux of red card, is I couldn't switch that in and pivot in. what? For what, J. Ricky? Why? I simply don't get it. I can't even go into my Chien-Pao. Like, this is just a wrap. I lose. It's just terrible, dude. Like, I'm genuinely trying to figure out what I do. I don't see what I can do at this point. This game plan did not go how I wanted it to. It's just because I fucked up turn 1 and immediately lost. You know, it's like a joke, like, oh, when it says he loses turn 3, but genuinely, like, the game was over from that point. I'm really trying to figure out a way to win. Matchups like this are so frustrating. I feel like I was just, like, raw C-teamed in transactions. Which, like, might have happened, but who knows. You don't really have to think, bro. Go Dondozo, I guess? I don't know. I don't know. No draw. I get off 3 spikes and EQ on something. It's probably Dozo. Oh, it's Valiant. Oh, let's go. I got a crit. That's huge. That's huge, bro. So we knock out Valiant. I'll take that. I still don't think we win, but there's a Pokemon I don't switch into gone. The only issue is I lost my red card. If he's Terra Fairy Espathra, I think I lose. Don Bozo. I mean, I'm gonna U-turn here. If he's Helmet, I like that information. Okay, sack off Corfi. Helmet. Give me the helmet. Not Helmet. Interesting. And we'll see, but... I would have to die here. So we do Liquidation, or take a Liquidation. I'm gonna be able to get off a Brave Bird before I die. Just leftovers, Dozo. Really thought Helmet would come into POW. But, it's not good, baby. Dozo. Press. Just finished from my roost. I mean, my Enam should kill. The only issue is I'm not. My rocks aren't up. Which is really bad. Unfortunate. I have to go Enam. I'll at least get, like, an Enam kill. And I could also just Terra Ground Earth Power, take less Life Orb turns because I'll kill Claude. Maybe I shouldn't have, and maybe this isn't a roll. Maybe I should have taken the 3% more with Moonblast. Who knows? Don't think it matters too much. So we do knock it out. That's cool. Take it. Yeah, I think it's a wrap. Unfortunately. Do we think we lose? Now, if we live a Lucario hit, maybe it's possible. Also, if the Espathra not boots, we blow it up. And if he's slower, we can win. We'll see. Ugh. Happy. Hello, happy? I'm clicking it. We'll see. We will see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, like, I just have to hope I kill here. If he's Shuka, I'm kind of screwed. But, like, I kill from here. Like, if he's not Shuka. If he's not Spadef, yeah. So, that's a wrap. Maybe I should have gone Heart Slither. I think I should have gone Heart Slither. Miss. Throw. 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 Any throwers? Any throwers? Any throwers? No throwers? We lose. Yeah, we lose to the card now. Okay. Yeah, we lose. Unfortunate. Unfortingtons. We lose. Yeah, I mean, like, Enam got 2, it just wasn't enough. If there were no rocks up, I could potentially Healing Wish into my Slither and won that way, too. But we couldn't. Unfortunate. My best out is him going Lucario here, him being aggressive on speed creep, and me blowing him up with an Earthquake, or missing a Meteor Mash. That's my best out. That is my best out. Mythbuster. Spot. His boots. Well, it's always my play to Earth Power on Terra. What do you call it? Terrafire. If he's protected, lose anyways. If he's protected, lose. So I play for him not being protect. It is my best out. Earth Power on a Terrafire. He might just die to a, what do you call it, to a Moonblast if he doesn't. Espathra, depending on, like, how offensive he is. He's really thinking, so maybe there's a world in which we don't win this. Or we win. Okay, we got off a huge Earth Power. Alright. I found my play. We die. I go Chien-Pao, I click Banded Ice Shard until I die, and then maybe win with Slither. Just kidding. Fucking roosted? Wait, he died to a Moonblast, by the way. How did I almost win that? I mean, it's still my play to go Pow. Still my play to go Pow. He should be Terrafire. I really don't think Fairy is good against me. I'm pretty sure he died if I clicked Moonblast. Or, like, it was very, very close. We're just gonna Ice Shard, though. I think we lose to a... at best 1-0. I wonder how much Choice Band Tian Pao. I should just mount a non-bold Espathra. Actually, does a lot. Lucario. Ice Shard after 3 spikes has a small chance to 2-hit KO. On top of that, Slitherwing does nothing with first impression. So we'd need to get like a crit, or he'd need to like set up, or miss a Meteor Mash, or click Close Combat. He's at -1. Pure Fairy. Pure Fire, probably. Pure Fire. A GG! We lose. But there was a possibility if you click Close Combat there. Good game. Why does he keep trying to throw? Why does he keep trying to throw? I'm gonna try and get some diff. I don't know why he keeps trying to give me the game. Maybe I should have crunched, but I don't get it. I don't get it. This was a game of all time, guys. I don't know, I did my best. Like, not much I could do. I simply can't believe he roasted. Oh my goodness. Maybe he super throws. Maybe he super throws. I mean, I'm just gonna crunch in case he, again, super throws, doesn't have priority. Like, I don't know. That's a wrap. Yep, and then he Terra Blast that time. I don't know. I had a really bad matchup. I played pretty bad in the early game, and I just could not get a read on J-Ricky. I don't understand some of these plays, but it happens. I'm annoyed, obviously, because I don't like losing. It really fucking annoys me, but what can you do? I'll just go have a ruined rest of the day. Go Pokemon. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.